today is the start of our auditing series. Let's start with Audit of Inventory. Okay, let's go straight ahead to the problems. I prepared two problems for today. Problem 1 muna tayo. Okay, so long problem siya. We start with the main question. Okay, how much of these items would be reported as audited inventory as of December 31 statement of financial position? Okay, let's read the given. Presented below is a list of items that may or may not be reported as inventory in Pinnacle Corporation's December 31 statement of financial position. Okay, so let's see alin sa items dito na i-include natin sa inventory and i-exclude natin. Alright? Well, let's start with item number 1. Goods out on consignment at another company store, 800,000. Okay. Goods out on consignment. When you say out on consignment, what do you mean by that? It means meron consignor, which is Pinnacle Corporation, and yung another company store, we call it consignee. Okay? So, inventory siya ni consignor, but yung inventory na yun, nandun sa premises ni consignee. Okay? In accounting, inventory pa rin siya ni consignor, which is our company, but dun sa consignee, yung treatment dun is disclosed lang na meron consigned goods or consigned inventory. Okay? So, for 800,000, item number 1, 800,000 included in our inventory. So, like dito, plus. Okay? Plus 800,000. Good? Next, number 2. Goods sold on installment basis. Okay. 100,000. Goods sold on installment basis. Since nabenta mo na siya, saan mo siya isi-charge? Siyempre sa cost of goods sold, right? So, sir, paano yan? Installment basis yan. Whether cash or installment basis, basta nabenta mo na siya, you charge to cost of goods sold. We know meron tayong journal entry, debit cost of goods sold, credit inventory. Okay? So, yung 100,000 X. Okay. Charge to cost of goods sold. Right? Okay, let's go to item number 3. Goods purchased FOB shipping point. Okay, that are in transit at December 31. Okay, di ba we have two shipping terms, FOB shipping point and FOB destination. Just a review, when you say FOB shipping point, magta-transfer na yung risk and rewards to the buyer or the ownership or the title to the buyer once na ship mo na yung goods. Alright? When you say FOB destination naman, magta-transfer yung title to the buyer once na receive na ni buyer yung goods. Okay? So in this case, goods purchased FOB shipping point. You are the buyer. Okay, in transit na siya. So it means part na siya of your inventory. Does that make sense? So na-ship na siya. In transit na siya, right? So part na siya ng inventory. You have journal entry there. Debit, inventory, credit, accounts payable. So lagay ko dito plus 120,000. Okay? Easy. Goods purchased FOB destination that are in transit at December 31. So, goods purchased FOB destination, since wala pa siya sa'yo, right? Hindi mo pa nare-receive, is still in transit, then hindi pa siya part of your inventory. Wala ka pang journal entry in your books. Got it? Okay, so lagyan natin X. Hindi natin sasama. Excluded from the inventory, 200,000. Let's go to item number 5. Goods sold to another company for which our company has signed an agreement to repurchase at a set price that covers all costs related to the inventory. Okay, you are the seller. Okay, goods sold. You're the seller for which our company has signed an agreement to repurchase. Okay, so meron kang agreement or obligation to repurchase yung goods na yan. Okay, so it means hindi mo pa nata-transfer yung risk to your counterparty or to the buyer. Sa'yo pa din yung risk. It means sa'yo pa rin yung inventory. Okay? So, the 300,000 here is still part of your inventory plus 300,000. Got it? Okay. Next item, number 6. Goods sold where large returns are predictable. Okay. Large returns are predictable. So, paano yung accounting treatment natin dyan? Every end of the year, meron tayong what we call sales returns and allowances. Yun yung mga adjustment natin at December 31. Right? Pero binenta mo siya, goods sold where large returns are predictable, still yung entry mo is debit AR, credit sales, debit cost of goods sold, credit inventory. So kahit may large returns pa siya, cost of goods sold pa rin yan, right? So it means the 280,000 still charged to cost of goods sold. So X. Alright? Number 7, goods sold FOB shipping point that are in transit December 31. You are the seller. Okay, so take note, mahalaga yan. Dapat alamin mo muna if you're the buyer or the seller. In this case, you are the seller, FOB shipping point. So, nabenta mo na siya, right? Na-ship mo na siya, it means sale na siya. Cost of goods sold na siya. So, 120,000 is no longer part of your inventory. Okay? Charge the cost of goods sold. Freight charges on goods purchased. Diba, ang tawag natin dyan, freight in. Okay? So, we know yung freight in or the freight charges, inventoriable yan, right? We charge that to the inventory. And you are the buyer, so it means yung 80,000 na yan, we add. Okay? Plus 80,000. Freight in. Okay? It increases the amount of your inventory. Let's go to number 9. Factory labor costs incurred on goods still unsold. Okay, diba? In a manufacturing company, we have 3 sources of inventory. Diba? Meron tayong materials, labor, and overhead in yung composition of the inventory. Right? In this case, incurred on goods still unsold. Okay. So, labor. Right? This is labor. And 50,000 is inventoriable. Plus 50,000. Got it? Okay. Number 10. Interest costs incurred for inventories that are routinely manufactured. Interest costs incurred for inventories that are routinely manufactured. We charge to interest expense. Tama? Actually, meron siyang in property, plant, and equipment. Yung counterpart nito, we call it borrowing cost. Pero soon, i-discuss natin siya. But in this case, hindi siya mag-qualify as borrowing cost. Interest cost incurred, we charge this to interest expense. Okay? Not part of the inventory. Next item. Let's go to number 11. Costs incurred to advertise goods held for resale. Okay, we know we charge this to OPEX as advertising expense. Okay, we don't include this in our inventory. Charge to OPEX. Materials on hand, not yet placed into production. On hand pa rin siya. We call it direct materials, right? So, part siya of the inventory. Direct materials, work in process, finished goods. Inventories natin yan in a manufacturing company. Alright. Let's go to number 13. Raw materials on which the company has started production but which are not completely processed. So, what do you call it? Raw materials siya. Nalagay na siya into the production but not yet finished or not yet completed. We call it work in process or WIP. Okay? Work in process, we know part of the inventory plus 280,000. Good? Next, factory supplies. Okay, factory supplies, we charge this to overhead, and overhead is part of the inventory plus 20,000. Got it? Okay. Sir, paano naman yung number 15, office supplies? Okay, so hindi siya related to the factory. Okay, ginagamit mo siya as part of your office expenses mo, right? Office supplies. You charge this to prepaid asset or prepaid expenses. Okay? Hindi siya inventoriable. So, the 10,000 is excluded from the inventory. Okay. Number 16, goods held on consignment from another company. Para siyang item number 1, okay? Pero, so item number 1, point of view natin is the consignor, while for item number 16, point of view is the consignee. So, sa consignee, yung accounting doon is disclosed lang na meron kang consigned goods. Okay? Again, sa point of view ng consignor, yung accounting is part of the inventory, while kay consignee, it's not part of the inventory, it's only disclosed. Okay? Na meron siyang consigned goods. So, yung 450,000 excluded from the inventory. Let's go to number 17. Costs identified with units completed but not yet sold. Okay, units completed but not yet sold. We call it finished goods. Okay, finished goods, part of the inventory plus 260,000. Next, number 18. Goods sold FOB destination that are in transit. Okay, again, tingnan mo muna, but in this case, you are the seller, right? Goods sold, FOB destination in transit. So, shinip mo na siya but not yet received by the customer. So, it means because it's FOB destination, sa'yo pa rin yung inventory, right? Nasa iyo pa rin yung title. So, plus 40,000. Wala ka pang entry na debit AR sales, cost of goods sold, inventory. Wala pa nun kasi still sa'yo pa yung inventory. Okay? Plus 40,000. And last item, temporary investment in stocks and bonds that will be resold in the near future. We call this marketable securities, trading securities. In accounting, part of the investment, fair value through profit or loss. Okay? Hindi siya part of the inventory. So, X. Alright? How much of these items would be reported as audited inventory in the December 31 statement of financial positions? Sige, compute natin. Let's add everything. Okay, so get your calculators. Add natin lahat. 800,000 plus 120,000 plus 300,000 plus 80 plus 50 plus 350 plus 280,000 plus 20 plus 260 plus 40, you get 2.3 million. The audited balance of our inventory as of December 31, final answer, make sure you get this amount, 2.3 million. Okay, easy. Problem 1. Warm up pa lang yan, ha? Okay. So, ayun lang. Last, if you appreciate this free accounting tutorial, don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you get notified whenever I have a new video. That's a final answer. Let's go to problem number 2. Okay, problem number 2. So, let's see. Okay. Problem number 2. Let's read first the requirement. The requirement is based on the above and the results of your audit, determine the audited balances of the following as of December 31, 2020. Okay? Inventory, accounts payable, net sales, net purchases, net income. So basically, kailangan natin i-compute yung audited balance of these 5. Okay? Inventory, AP, net sales, purchases, and net income. Okay? And Mr. Accounting Companies, on a calendar year basis, the following data were found during your audit. Okay? So basically, ito yung mga important items for us, A to H. Okay? And further inspection of the client's records reveal the following December 31, 2020 balances. Inventory, 1.1 million. AR, 580,000. Accounts payable, 690. Net sales, 5,050,000. Net purchase, 2.3. Net income is 510,000. Okay, so basically, ganito yung problem. So yung pinakita dito are unaudited balances, unadjusted balances, right? And kailangan natin kunin yung audited balances by reflecting yung adjustments from A to H. Got it? Okay. So yung technique in auditing, dapat may naka-ready ka na format lagi. Dapat organized yung solution mo. Yun yung technique talaga in auditing. Okay? So let's see. Ang gagawin natin dito, let's put here the unadjusted balances. Gagamit ako ng table, no? So yung format na gagamitin ko is I'll put here yung mga requirements. Inventory. Okay, inventory. Accounts payable. Accounts payable. Net sales. Okay, lagay ko lang sales. Purchases. And then, net income. Okay, net income. Okay, lagay ko dito unadjusted balances. Okay. So, i-copy ko lang 1.1 million. Okay. Huwag natin sama yung AR because hindi naman siya part of the requirements, right? So, accounts payable, 690. And then, net sales, 5,050,000. Purchases, 2.3 million. And the net income is 510,000. Wala pa akong ginagawa, kinokopya ko lang Nakopya ko lang yung given, di ba? 1.1, 690, 520, 2.3, 510,000. Okay, and then, iyan natin to, isa-isahin natin siya. So, let's start with A, okay? So, pag binasa natin to, i-reflect lang natin dito kung ano yung mga adjustments until we reach the audited balances. Gets ba? Okay. Let's start with A, goods in transit, FOB destination by a supplier in the amount of 100,000 had been excluded from the inventory. So, excluded from the inventory. And further testing revealed that the purchase had been recorded. Purchase had been recorded. Okay. So, paano natin i-analyze yan? So, check muna natin you are the buyer here. Kasi sabi dyan, FOB destination via supplier. So, ikaw yung buyer. Okay? Pag FOB destination, matatransfer sa yung goods if ma-receive mo na siya. Tama? Pero in this case, in transit pa lang, hindi mo pa nare-receive. So, dapat, tama lang, excluded from the inventory. That's correct. But, sabi dyan, included sa purchases. So, doon siya nagkamali. Right? So, dapat, excluded from the purchases. Yung treatment sa inventory is correct. Treatment sa purchases, incorrect. Okay? So, paano gagawin natin adjustment? 100,000 yung amount. 100,000, inventory, okay yan. Tama ginawa niya. Accounts payable, sales, obviously, hindi affected because buyer ka dito, right? So, i-adjust natin yung purchases. Overstated kasi ni-record niya, right? So, minus 100,000 sa purchases. Okay? And, obviously, yung kapartner ng purchases, accounts payable, minus 100,000. Okay. Don't forget, tinatanong din sa atin yung audited net income. So, yun yung effect niyan. If overstated yung purchases mo, tama ba? Overstated din yung cost of goods sold mo. Right? Okay, review muna natin yung basic cost of goods sold computation. Tandaan mo ito, so beginning inventory plus purchases, alam natin to basic accounting, is equal to cost of goods available for sale minus ending inventory, you have cost of goods sold. Right? Okay, so if overstated yung purchases mo, it means overstated yung cost of goods sold. Therefore, your net income is understated. Tama? So, to correct this, kailangan mag-add back tayo ng 100,000 to your net income. Does that make sense? Okay, so ito yung naging guide natin. Alright? Let's go to letter B. Actually, hindi na ako nag-journal entry kasi ang questions lang naman are about the audited balances. If may mga questions about the entries, ayun, pwede kang mag-journalize. In this case, no need to journalize the transactions. Letter B, goods costing 50,000 had been received. Okay? Received, included inventory, and recorded as a purchase. However, upon your inspection, the goods were found to be defective and would be immediately returned. Bumili ka, but then defective yung goods, o balik mo dun sa seller, right? Sa supplier. So, hindi mo pa siya dapat i-record as your inventory. But then, in-include doon niya sa inventory and ni-record as purchase. So, doon siya nagkamali. Okay? Amounting to 50,000. So, what's the adjustment? Letter B. Okay? Adjustment B. Doon muna tayo sa inventory. So, mali yan. Dapat hindi niya in-include sa inventory. Minus 50,000. Okay? Purchases, dapat hindi rin. So, minus 50,000 from your purchases. Okay, partner niya is the accounts payable. So, minus 50,000 from your accounts payable. Okay, so sir, paano yan? What is, sales, walang problema, right? Kasi buyer ka, walang adjustment dyan. But your net income, is there an adjustment? Obviously, yes. So, paano natin malalaman? Okay, so, tingnan natin kung paano yung adjustment sa net income. Okay, so ito yung kailangan mo tandaan dyan. Let's review this. Okay. Now, as you can see from this formula, dapat mo malaman dito is, yung beginning inventory and purchases mo, increase your cost of goods sold, right? Therefore, nagdi-decrease sila ng net income, okay? So, yung beginning inventory and purchases, directly related sila to your cost of goods sold, right? While your ending inventory, tama, kasi pag tumaas yung ending inventory mo, paba yung cost of goods sold. Therefore, tataas yung yung net income mo, right? So, it means, pag tumaas yung ending inventory mo, your net income also increases. So, meron siyang direct relationship with your net income. Okay, so let's recap. So, yung beginning inventory and purchases, directly related to cost of goods sold. Therefore, pag tumaas yan, bababa naman yung net income mo, right? While yung ending inventory, pag tumaas, tataas yung net income mo. Okay? So, in this case, since overstated yung inventory mo, overstated yung net income. May adjustment tayo na minus 50,000 to your net income. But then, overstated din yung purchases mo, right? So, in that case, yung purchases mo here, overstated yung ending inventory mo. Therefore, the net effect to your cost of goods sold is 0. Got it? So, nag-offset lang sila. Therefore, adjustment mo to your net income is also 0. No adjustment to your net income. Got it? Okay, so minus. Ulitin ko baka nalito kayo sa sinulat ko. But basically, dito ko nalalagay. Ulitin ko But basically, beginning inventory, pag tumaas yan, tataas yung cost of goods sold, right? Cost of goods sold. Well, bababa yung net income. Right? Sa ending inventory, pag tumaas yung ending inventory mo, bababa yung cost of goods sold, therefore, tataas yung net income. Alright? Beginning is inversely related to your net income. Ending inventory is directly related to your net income. Yun ang tandaan nyo lagi. Okay? Makakatulong siya sa atin in this computation. But for letter B, just to recap, since both of the inventory and the purchases were improperly recorded, nag-offset sila. That's why correctly stated pa rin yung net income mo dito. Okay? Got it? So, let's go to letter C. Letter C, materials costing 250,000 and billed on December 30. Okay, at a selling price of 320 had been segregated in the warehouse for a shipment to a customer. You're the seller, right? The materials had been excluded from inventory as a signed purchase order had been received from the customer. Terms FOB destiny. Wala na ako. Anong nangyari? Ulit natin materials costing 250 and billed on December 30 at a selling price of 320 had been segregated in the warehouse for shipment to a customer. Alright? So now, you're the seller and then FOB destination. O hindi pa nare-receive ni buyer yan. The materials had been excluded. Okay, in-exclude siya from the inventory. No, dapat included siya. Tama? Included siya. So it means kung in-exclude niya, well, ni-record niya siya as cost of goods sold. Ni-record niya as sales yung 320. But it should not be recorded as sales. Got it? So adjustment for letter C, tanggalin natin yung sales. Yung selling price niya is 320, yung cost niya is 250. So be careful. Obviously sa sales, dapat adjustment natin is always at the selling price. So minus 320 and then excluded from inventory, dapat included. So apply nga natin to. So anong nangyari dyan? Understated yung net income, understated yung ending inventory. So kailangan ibalik natin siya plus 250, right? So if understated yung ending, understated yung net income mo. Tama ba? Okay. So paano yung adjustment to your net income? Actually, since sales to, na 320, bumaba yung sales, understated yung sales, so kailangan ibalik natin siya, plus 320,000. Right? Sorry. Ulitin ko. Yung sales natin, overstated by 320, so it means, overstated yung net income natin by 320. So minus 320, okay? And then, yung ending inventory natin is also understated by 250 and directly related yung inventory and net income. So, kung ano yung adjustment mo dito, na plus 250, okay? Pag plus yan, plus 250 din to. No, kanyan? Yun yung teknika. So, kung ano yung adjustment mo sa inventory, hindi yung adjustment mo to your net income. Actually, yung net effect nito is minus 70,000. Pinakita ko lang yung breakdown, but basically, yung net effect niyan is 70,000. Got it? Okay, so that's letter C. Let's go to adjustment D. Okay. Adjustment D. Goods costing 70,000 was out on consignment with online company. Since the monthly statement from online company, guys, online review natin, logging in on June 1, 2020. Ito yung login page natin. Okay? So, listed those materials as on hand. The items had been excluded from the final inventory and invoiced on December 31 at 80,000. Kinonsign mo siya, you're the consignor. Okay? So, dapat inventory mo siya. Kaya lang ginawa niya, in-exclude niya, so mali, dapat in-include niya sa inventory. In-invoice pa niya, meaning ni-record niya as sales at 80. So, bawasan natin ng 80 yung sales. Right? Inventory naman, kulang ng 70. So, plus 70,000. Plus 70,000. Right? Adjustment to your net income. So, ganito ulit gagawin ko. Okay, obviously, minus 80. Yung adjustment sa inventory, positive siya. Plus, positive din to because they are directly related. Nakuha nyo yan? So, for this one, it's minus 10,000. Yung net effect niya. Okay, pinakita ko lang again yung breakdown of the 10,000 adjustment. Okay? So, ayan, that's for letter D. Let's go to letter E. The sale of 150,000 worth of materials and costing 120 had been shipped FOB point of shipment. When you say point of shipment, shipping point, okay, on December 31. However, this inventory is found to be included in the inventory. The sale was properly recorded in 2020. Okay? So you are the seller, FOB shipping point. So dapat sale mo na siya, excluded na siya dapat siya from the inventory, pero tama yung pag-record mo ng sale. Okay? So let's go to letter E. What's the adjustment for letter E? Again, cost dapat yung adjust mo, right? It's 120,000. Dapat excluded siya from the inventory. So minus 120, automatic. Okay, automatic, minus 120 here. Tama lang. And also take note pala, yung accounts payable, yung magkaka-effect lang siya whenever meron kang adjustment to your purchases. Tama? Inventory here is different from purchases. Okay? Kasi yung inventory dito sa first column natin refers to your ending inventory. And your ending inventory is based on physical count at the end of each year. O, take note doon ha. Yung purchases mo, yun yung binibili mo from the supplier. Right? Yung ending inventory mo, this is based on your year-end physical count. Okay? Kaya hindi siya related to your accounts payable, right? Yung related to your accounts payable is your purchases. Okay? Let's go to letter F. Letter F. Goods costing 100,000 and selling for 140 had been segregated but not shipped at December 31 and were not included in the inventory. A review of the customer's purchase order set forth terms as FOB destination. The sale had not been recorded. Okay, so you are the seller, tama? Hindi mo pa siya na-ship, not ship, okay? We're not included in the inventory. So dapat inventory mo pa siya, right? So it should be included in your inventory for 100,000, not the selling price, right? Selling price is for the sales, inventory, cost yung gagamitin natin, which is 100,000. So adjustment here for letter F is we add 100,000 to your inventory. Okay? And then, again, ulitin natin ha. If inventory mo is understated din yung net income. Therefore, if kailangan mo mag-adjust ng positive 100,000 to your inventory, you also need to adjust your net income for 100,000. Alright? So, that's letter F. Let's go to letter G. Your client has an invoice from a supplier. You're the buyer here, tama? Terms FOB shipping point. But the goods had not arrived yet. Okay? However, these materials costing 170 had been included in the inventory count, but no entry had been made for their purchase. Okay, so ulitin natin. You are the buyer, shipping point, hindi pa nag-arrive yung goods, in transit pa rin. So it means, okay, dapat tama lang, included na siya dapat sa inventory mo. Kasi pag shipping point, once na ship, part of your inventory na. Tama? So tama lang yung included sa inventory. But no purchases daw. So dapat you record purchases 170,000. Adjustment letter G. Okay? Plus 170,000 to your purchases. Automatic, if may adjustment to your purchases, you also have to adjust your accounts payable. Right? Because yung journal entry mo dyan is always purchases accounts payable. Tama? And also, what's the adjustment to your net income? So, para siyang beginning inventory. Tama? Kasi yung beginning inventory mo increases your cost of goods sold. Your purchases also increase your cost of goods sold. So, it means, if understated yung purchases, okay, overstated yung net income. So, it means we need to adjust here. Minus 170,000 to your net income. Hindi lang aligned pero basically, plus 170 to your AP, plus 170 to your purchases, minus 170 to your net income. And last item, item H. Merchandise costing 200,000 had been recorded as a purchase, but not included as inventory. Terms of sale are FOB shipping point, according to the supplier's invoice, which had arrived at December 31. Okay. So now, you are the buyer here. Tama? Sa'yo na yun, inventory, because FOB shipping point siya. Okay. Recorded as a purchase, that's correct. but not included as inventory. You should include this as your as part of your inventory. So plus 200,000 to your ending. Okay? And automatic na yan, we know, because they're directly related, plus 200,000 as well to your net income. Got it? Okay, that's your last adjustment. So let's compute the audited balances for each of these. Let's start with inventory. Okay, 1.1 million minus 50,000. Okay, plus 250,000. And then plus 70 minus 120,000 plus 100 plus 200,000. Final answer is 1,550,000. Okay, 1,550,000. Okay, let's go to accounts payable. 690 minus 100 minus 50 plus 170. Accounts payable natin, audited balance is 710,000. 710,000. Okay, let's go to sales. 6,050,000. 5,050,000 minus 320,000 minus 80,000. You get here 4,650,000. Okay, so 4,650,000. Let's go to purchases. 2.3 million minus 100,000 minus 50,000 plus 170,000. You get here 2,320,000. Okay, 2,320,000. And then, syempre, yung pinakamaraming adjustments natin to your net income. Almost all transactions natin may adjustment to your net income. Except yung yung letter B. Tama? Kasi again, very important, ulitin ko lang. For letter B, wala tayong adjustment to net income because it's correctly stated, nag-offset kasi yung inventory natin and purchases. And from this formula, basically nag-offset yung purchases and ending inventory. Both of them are incorrectly reported, but then positive and negative siya. So, no effect to your cost of goods sold, therefore no effect to your net income. Okay, so isa-isa natin yan. Let's compute. 510,000 plus 100,000 minus 70 minus 10 minus 120 plus 100 minus 170 plus 200,000. Final answer, 540,000. Okay. 540,000. Okay. Class is the end of this free tutorial. In Pinnacle, we offer both in-house and online review. Regardless of your accounting background, we will provide you with the most efficient and effective review by focusing on the best review strategies, key points to remember, shortcuts, common tricks, and mistakes. For reservation and to know more about us, visit our website and Facebook page. All the links are in the description below. Reserve now because we only accept limited number of students in order to preserve the quality of our review. Class is missed. See you next meeting.